So today, February 14th, 9 a.m., we will perform the training on how to log in to the Florida 360 portal, understand a little bit about other features that we offer, other features that the portal itself has to offer. Okay? So to get started, whenever we want to get in touch with Florida 360, the best way is to come to Florida 360's website. That's florida360mgmt.com. And if my goal is to go into the portal, on the top right corner, I'm going to see this blue button that turns red when I hover my mouse on top of it, and it reads my account. Okay, I'm going to click on that right now. Before I do that, I want to show you guys the live customer care button, right? So right on the center and top of the screen, we have the live customer care, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. When you click on that button during the normal working hours, we have our Zoom open and we are able to answer your questions, help you go through the portal. So there's always somebody there to help you out. Okay, it's going to be through Zoom. This is what the live customer care is. You are face-to-face with somebody else through the computer. So let's get started. I'm going to click on my account on the top right corner of the website, and I'll be redirected to this page right here. Okay? So this page, the portion that's really important for us who want to log into the website, to the portal, is the resident sign-in. So this little light gray square on the right-hand side, it has the resident sign-in title. It has a space for us to log in with our email, and it has a space for us to put in our password. Once you do that, you click on sign in and you'll be redirected to the portal. Some questions that might come up is, okay, what email? What's the email address? I have 2 or 3 emails, or I have my wife's, my husband's, or my roommate's email address. How do I know which one to use? The email that we have on record as the main email address for your account is the one that will be used here. How do I know if that's the one? It's the same email where you get messages from Florida 360. If you're still not certain, you can always ask us, give us a quick call. We can verify what is the email and let you know. And if you want to change it as well, we can send you the form. We can change the email to a different one. Okay? Now, the password. People who are new to Florida 360, right when we onboard a new client, a new association, you receive an email with your temporary password, and we don't have access to that. And usually after logging in with your temporary password, you will change it to whatever it is that you want. But let's assume that you have logged in, I don't know, a long time ago, or for whatever reason you forgot your password. There is this little blue button here at the bottom of the light gray box that says request a new one. Okay? So if I click on that one, I'll just show you the procedure so that you can request that new password. I'll type in my email address and I'll send the reset instructions, and I'll get an email with all the instructions for how to reset my password. Okay? Of course, it's always good to, if you don't get your email, if you clicked on that and you don't see your email received, you verify it in the spam box, in the litter box, to see if it's in there. Okay? So now assume that I put in my email address, my password, and I signed in. I would be redirected to this page right here. And this page is the portal. Okay? In the Florida 360 portal, there is a lot of things that we can do. Of course, we can make payments, we can make maintenance requests, inquiries, open architectural requests. We can take a look at announcements that are made. We can take a look, depending on the association, at the calendar, the community calendar, and we can see all the documents of the association that should be available. And we will cover each one of those in turn. And we will start with the very basic. The very basic is the layout and the menu. On the left-hand side, I'll see the menu with all the options for what I can and cannot do for the different functionalities of the website. Right on the center, the first thing that we see is our balance, okay? And the buttons for us to make a payment or to view our ledger. Okay? And on the top right corner, which is the first thing that I want to show you, is your name, right? And in your name, if you click on that, you'll see that you have the options for logging into the details of your account. You can go to the help center if you have any kind of issues that are technical with the website, with the portal. This is the help center where they will be able to support you. And you can sign out. Imagine that you have more than one account. You want to sign in with a different account. This is where you would go to sign out. If we click on my account, this is where I'll be able to see all the details and to edit the details of my profile. Right? I can upload a picture, change the picture if I already have one, but I'm not happy with that. I have my name. I have a place to input my date of birth, my email, my phone number, right? And save the changes. Okay? And something that is very important as well, which I think that not everybody has this up to date in their account, is the emergency contact, right? This is always good to have. If something happens and Florida 360 is notified, we do have somebody to get in touch with. So particularly if you live on your own, or if there are, for whatever reason, cause to think that an emergency could happen, or even during hurricane season, it's very good to have that emergency contact up to date. Okay? Remember always to, whenever you add a new information or change in information that exists, remember to save the changes before moving on to a different place. Otherwise, there will be no changes happening. Okay? Still in my account, I can see the payment methods. I can add credit cards and add bank accounts so that they are saved here for when I make the payment. I don't have to input all that information again. We have the security tab where I can change my password. This is pretty standard. I'll input my current password, add the new one, and confirm the new one before I can save the changes. I can go to the communications tab where I can request access to text message coming into my phone. I can enroll or not enroll in paperless communication. And some of the items here are specific to board members. Board members have a few extra functionalities which involve bill approval, reports, and viewing some of the committees as well. The last one, the refund settings. We can add a forwarding address, or we can select whether I want refunds to happen via check or direct deposits. This is the My Account section. I'll move on back to home. So we're back to the front page of the portal. And the next step is going to be how to make a payment. Okay? So we're able to see our ledger, our balance. And on the right-hand side of this square here, we see this small button on the top that says View All. If I click on that one, I'll be able to see my ledger broken down. Okay, so this is an example account, John Smith. John Smith has all these charges that were never paid because it doesn't exist, but all the charges are there on the correct and appropriate days. And you can email yourself, or John would be able to email himself that statement, right? Sometimes people have need for that statement for banking purposes, legal purposes. This is how you can email it to yourself in a PDF format. Okay. Then on the right-hand side, after clicking on View All, I have a lot of information. I have all the account information. Okay. So I have the details on the account number, the address, the start date, whether I have any deposits or prepayments. Okay. One question that happens very often is that people make some prepayment and they look at their balance and they see that the balance is zero, right? And what is the reason for that? Is that our system, as soon as you make a payment that is more than what your balance is, and you have extra money in your account, the system converts that into prepayment. So it will charge your account and remove your prepayment and put it in a different bucket. It's not that you lost your money. Please just understand that it's put separately and you'll be able to visualize it here. This is just a way for us to organize the financials and the payments a little bit better. Okay? If you want that prepayments to be applied, it will depend a little bit on the setting of your payment, but you can always give us a call and say that, look, I want to apply my prepayment on my next payment, and that's it. We will do it as soon as we have a written confirmation. Okay? On the right-hand side, still we'll be able to see the late fee policy that's specific to your property. Okay, all the details will be outlined. And depending on the situation, some associations for which we performed check deposits, they can send their checks by mail. But please pay attention. Some associations are sending the checks to Florida 360 to be deposited, but we always prefer that the checks be sent straight to the bank. The less steps we have for a payment to be made, the more secure the process is, the better it is, the faster it is. Okay? So using Florida 360 to send any kind of payment is only in very specific situations. Okay? Usually people send the checks straight to the bank so that it can be applied to their account. Okay? When that happens, for it to be processed in our system, it just takes a couple of days for us to receive the information from the bank and then be able to update the system accordingly. Okay? All right, let's learn how to make a payment. When we make a payment, we have two options. We can either set up a one-time payment or we can set up an auto pay. Okay? They're almost the same. They're essentially the same. The difference is that auto pay is a recurrent payment or a payment that will happen in the future. If you click on make a payment, you will make one payment now, and that's it. If you set up auto pay, you can set it up for tomorrow, for next month. You can set it up to reoccur every month or reoccur every quarter or once a year, however you like it. Okay? I'll click on set up auto pay because we'll be able to see all the features of the one-time payment plus the auto pay settings. Whenever I'm going to make a payment through the portal, I'll first of all decide on the amount. Okay, so I have an option of paying my entire balance. I can limit that payment to a certain amount. So let's say that I'm in an HOA and I know that the HOA is $250. So I want to pay my entire balance. If my balance is $100, it's going to pay $100 automatically. If the balance is $300 and I have set it up with a limit, with a maximum amount, it's only going to pay up to that limit. Okay? So this is one way for you to control, to pay your entire balance, cover it, but also control if you always want to verify your bank account, make sure that you have the amount that you need before you make the payment. This is one way to keep control. The other option is to make a fixed payment, a fixed amount payment. So whenever you make a fixed amount payment, you just decide on the amount and you move on, and that will be the amount that you will pay. Okay? Independent of your balance, that is the amount that will be paid. Then we have to select the payment method. There are two payment methods that are offered by the portal. One of them is the credit card, right? So you select credit card, you'll see on the bottom that you'll have the different handling fees and extra fees that are related to processing that method of payment. Those are associated with the bank. Wells Fargo is the bank that manages the payments that happen through our portal. And we don't have control over that. That happens because of the partnership that exists between the portal's software owner, which is Buildium, and the bank that they use, which is Wells Fargo. Okay. You'll add in the name on your card, the card number, expiration date, security code, all the details that are usually associated with it, billing address, and then this is the portion where we will update and change the moment in which the payment is going to take place, or the frequency in which the payment is going to take place. We have credit card option, and we have the bank account option as well. Okay. So if you make the payment via bank account, you'll make a bank transfer, sometimes called an ACH or EFT. You can select the account type, type in your first and last name, the routing and account numbers, confirm the account number, and you're good to go. After you have selected the amount, after you have selected your payment method and filled out all the necessary information, you'll be able to select a payment start date and a frequency. So let's imagine that today, February 14th, I already paid my February association fee. So I will set it up for next month, or even better, I'll set it up for the end of February, 27th here. And I have to make the payment every month, so I'll keep the frequency of payments on a month-to-month basis. Okay? So, okay, I selected everything here. I verify, make sure that the information is correct, and I click on the next button. The next button is going to show you a summary of all the information that you have inputted. You'll verify it once again. Always good to check it, make sure that the information is correct 1 or 2 times, and then you'll be able to click once again on the button to make the payment. Okay, we'll go back to home now. And this is essentially the most basic and most essential functions that we have on the portal. So you know where to go to your account on the top right corner, edit your information, change your password. And you also know how to verify your ledger, how to email a ledger to yourself, how to make a payment and cover your outstanding balance. Okay? You also know how to set up an auto-pay, a recurring payment, which is very convenient for some people. Now let's cover some of the other features of the portal. And I guess one of the most important features is the communication channels that we have between the property management company and the association. One of the things that happens often is something will happen on the common elements, and you as the owner, you noticed, you realize that, and you want to notify the property management company. So you will open a request. This is what we call it. We want to open a request. I want to inform the property management company of something, or I want to ask a question. So I will click on Create Requests, and I'll be presented with 2 options. I can either open a maintenance request or a general inquiry. Okay? So let's assume that we have a problem here, a repair item that we need to correct. Okay? And that problem, now we opened a maintenance request. Now that problem has a category. What type of problem is it? Oh, it's the air conditioning system in the corridor of the association, in the common elements of the association is not working. Okay, so AC in 3rd floor is not working. Okay, and then I add a description. I'll say, okay, on December 1st, I visited the 3rd floor and realized that the AC is completely off. Not sure what the problem is, but let's imagine that I looked at the screen of the AC, saw that when I change the temperature, the AC doesn't move. It seems that there is no communication between the screen for setting up the temperature and the AC itself. Nothing happens. Now, what would I suggest? If we are providing information to the property management company, it's very important that communication be as effective as possible. We try to be as effective as possible as when we are communicating with owners and boards of directors, and we would like to have the same treatment when other people are trying to provide us information as well, because that helps us to understand the issue better, helps us understand what are the options that we have to correct the issue, and to even identify who is responsible for it, right? So for that reason, we have the attachments side of the request details here. And the attachments, I know they're optional, but pictures and videos are the things that helps us the most. If you have something that's on the lawn, I don't know, a patch of grass that is dying because the sprinkler is not working, it would be excellent, really excellent to have a picture and a video in which we can see where the patch of grass is located, add a reference point so I know that it's on the west or the east or the north side of the building. All those details, they make a lot of difference for how speedily, how quickly we can address and resolve the issue. Okay? And once you added all that information, depending on the situation, if it's something inside a specific unit, let's say it's a common pipe that is leaking and people will have to have access to your unit. Will you allow people to go in, right, when you are not there? Yes, no, not applicable. And if yes, we have to understand whether you have a pet or not. And how are we gonna access the unit to send the vendor in to correct the issue, right? Who has the key, who has access? Is it the neighbor that you trust, or somebody in the association already has that access? So you add the details so that we can access the unit and resolve the problem. This is, of course, then you submit your request, we'll receive it on our side, and our team, we have 2 people on the front desk in Florida 360 who are responsible for viewing all of the requests that come in. If they come in through the portal, if they come in via phone, if they come in via email, these 2 people, they are logging everything into a control sheet, and then they are prioritizing and responding to the owners and the residents as we move through the day and through the week. Okay? I just want to show you here, when you open a request and it's, instead of a maintenance request, it's a general inquiry, it's essentially the same thing, but it's a little bit simpler. Okay? You add the subject line, you add the description, and you add the attachment, and that's it, and you submit it. Okay? But it's essentially the same thing. Okay? Very good. What are the other channels of communication that we have between owners, residents, and Florida 360? It's the announcement sections. All right? Unlike the open requests, when you open a request, you are sending information to us, and then we will respond on that request. But when you see an announcement, this is something coming from the property management to the owners of the association, to the owners of the property. And that announcement could be coming for various reasons, but usually an announcement is something important. Okay? So here, for example, if we take a look, we'll see that this is the announcement for the training taking place today. Right? So it has all the information, what is the date, time, how it's going to happen, how to join. And sometimes we have announcements that outline bulk, waste bulk pickup, what are the dates, when that's going to happen. Announcements that in form of meetings, usually depending on the meeting, it's going to happen by mail, right? But it could happen as an announcement as well, out of courtesy. And sometimes important things that are happening at the association. I don't know, the elevator stopped working. We'll make an announcement and make sure that everybody gets that information that, okay, the elevator is going to be repaired, the vendor has been contacted, but please don't use it. We understand that this is an inconvenience, but try and use the stairs until you receive further information that everything is back online. Okay. Then, after we understand how to look at the announcements and to open requests and verify all requests, we can take a look at the architectural requests. Not all associations have architectural request sections or demands. Usually HOAs have them, right? But it essentially is following the same procedure. You'll click on create architectural request and you'll follow the instruction, right? See that the instructions are different for each one of the properties. Here is an example, so we don't have instructions here, but different properties have different instructions for how to upload it because they have different procedures. So you'll read the instructions, upload the necessary documentation, name your project, and submit your request. The team will reach out to you with, requests for further information, requests for filling out forms, or an update on what the board is asking, or the requirement for permits, contact or COI insurance for the vendor, all the details that are incumbent on any architectural request. Yeah. Very good. Now, the other tab here, after we've verified the architectural request, is the calendar. Not all associations have the calendar online. It depends on whether the board of directors think it makes sense. Sometimes there is the decision of not updating it as often or only updating with very specific kind of information. But when you do have it, if you go to the community calendar, you'll be able to see everything that is pre-scheduled for the year. Okay. Once again here, I like to say that Florida 360 tries to be redundant with the information. And redundancy is something that sometimes people think that it's not something good, it's not something advantageous. But when it comes to communication, redundancy makes sure that the person who is deemed to receive the information is going to receive it one way or another, right? So previously I said, okay, we can make an announcement about the bulk trash pickup dates, and we can also add it in the calendar. So you have two places where you can verify the information, for example. Okay? So these kind of things could appear in the calendar, as well as meetings and other things, okay, depending on the situation. And here at the bottom, we have account information. Once again, these are the details of your account. So this is a summary of the same thing that we saw when we were looking at the ledger. And on the right-hand side, we have options, more options for how to contact Florida 360. So you can either call the 888 number during the normal working hours. For emergencies only, we're available during the weekend as well and during off hours. Or you can send an email to the customer service department. At the start, I also mentioned the live customer care option, which is logging into Zoom during normal working hours so that we can help you with your issue or your question on a face-to-face manner. Okay. Now, there are a few features that are not available here, but they are available here on the left-hand side menu. One of them is the violations, right? So if I click on the violations side, is where I'll see violations that were issued to my unit, something that I did that is not in line with the rules and regulations, with the governing documents, with the bylaws of the association, and that was picked up either by a board member or by the inspection, and you received a notice of violation. And once you receive that, there is an entire procedure for how it moves forward, but the goal is just to communicate the person. Sometimes people don't know what is allowed, what isn't allowed. Through the violation, they understand it, correct it, and then it will be resolved. Once it's resolved, we're good to go. Okay. We're always open to clarify questions when it comes to violations. If you received a violation, you don't understand why, what's the reason, or you don't agree with it, please just reach out to us. We can verify it on a case-by-case scenario. Moving on to the next and actually the final step of what we're going to see of the features of the portal today are the documents section. So once again, I'll take a look at the menu on the left-hand side of the screen. If I go down right below violations, I'll see the option for documents. When I click on the documents section, I'll see all the different folders, and each folder is separate based on the category of documents that are inside it. We have association documents, building plans, reports, property appraisals, contracts, financial docs, insurance, letters and legal docs, meeting documents, and property inspections. Okay. Now, important to say that those are the folders that we have here on the example, but different associations might have different folders available. Okay. So for example, we do have associations that don't conduct property inspections. If that is the case, you will not have inspections of your property available in the document section. Okay. But all associations should have the association documents. So if you have any questions regarding, okay, what are the bylaws? What are the rules and regulations of my association? Your documents will be available online here. You'll be able to click on it. You can view it here, right? This is a blank page because this is the example, but you'll be able to visualize it on the portal. But if you want, you can download it for yourself. So here on the top right corner, you see the little cloud with the arrow pointed downward. It's very small, I know, but it reads download. If you click on that, you'll download that document. Whatever the document is, not only the bylaws, but whatever folder you go into and whatever document you want to download, you'll be able to download it this way. Okay. And I believe that this gives us a very quick understanding of what the portal is, how to log into it, how to make payments, how to open requests, see announcements, check my calendar, verify a document, verify my violations. All those details were explained and expanded on. And if you are looking at the screen, you'll notice that there are a few of the options on the menu that I have not highlighted, that I have not outlined. Right here at the bottom of the left-hand sided menu, I have three options: the reports, the financials, and the bill approvals. Those three tabs, they are specific to the board of directors of the association. Okay? So the board of directors are able to generate reports, so they're able to verify the information of the association, financial, property, tasks, otherwise. They are able to generate reports of the financials as well. Okay? All owners are privy to the financial report, which is made available every month. But the boards of directors, they can generate custom reports if they want. Okay? And then we have the bill approval section, which is where, depending on your association, there is a different procedure. Sometimes it's only the treasurer, sometimes it's the president and the treasurer, sometimes there is some other kind of agreement for how the bills are going to be approved. But this is the section where the board of directors can verify what are the bills that need to be approved and approve or deny it, depending on the situation. If you have any more questions, feel free to send an email to us. We have here Broom and Louise. They are with the customer service department. They will be very happy to answer your questions. Once again, my name is Tibor Sobom, Director of Operations. Douglas was talking as well. He is the owner and commercial director of Florida 360.